Hey, what's up everybody, this is Kyle Record and I'm coming to another video review. And today we're reviewing the WWE Legends Series 2, the Iron Sheik. That's right, now to be honest with you, this is a figure I didn't think I would actually own in my collection. Now, I've been wanting an Elite style Iron Sheik figure for a long time. But the prices are kind of crazy for these on eBay. And I'll explain that in a minute. But anyways, last night, as of the recording of this video, I went to a independent wrestling show, and at one of the merchandise tables, somebody was selling this figure for $15. So I quick had a look on eBay, and I found this figure brand new in the package on eBay for 80 bucks. That's right, $80. Or I could have bought it loose on eBay for I think 20, but it would have been missing everything, like all the accessories and everything, and it's just kind of in bad shape. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna find a better price for this. So I was like, you know what, I'm definitely gonna take this. So I offered the guy I think 14 because that's all I had in cash. So I just gave it to him and I got it. So anyways, here it is. Like I said, I've been wanting this figure for a long time, and this figure's fantastic. So it was well worth the 9 years of me trying to get my hands on it. Anyways, here it is. Anyways, take a look at the packaging first. Now, I miss this packaging right here, the Legends packaging. I absolutely miss it. Like, I just love the design of it. It was with the WWE Legends logo right there. Series 2. Artwork of the Iron Sheik back there. Of course, there's the figure. It says Iron Sheik right there. Iron Sheik, WWE Legends. Display stand included. As you see, it's right there in the back. And then on the back here, we got the same portrait here, a little bigger picture. Iron Sheik, the titles he's won, WWE Champion and the World Tag Team Champion, which he held with Nikolai Volkov, by the way. And a bio about when he won the championship from Bob Backlund by ending Backlund's 6-year run with the title. Which some people say like how great of a champion he was, or like how great his reign was. But it really wasn't that long. The bio says he won the title in December of 1983. And if you guys know classic WWE from the 80s, you know that 1 month later, in January of 1984, he lost the title to Hulk Hogan. And that was when Hulk Hogan's 3-year championship reign began. And that's when Hulkamania started. Whatever. Anyways, and the other figures in the set, we got Terry Funk, of course the Iron Sheik, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ravishing Rick Rude, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and Kamala. Very solid series. I mean, all of these are good figures, except for Jimmy Snuka. Jimmy Snuka was kind of disappointing. Even Bill McKenna, who is one of the head designers on these figures, even he said he was disappointed in this Jimmy Snuka figure. And he said that if he ever gets the rights to make another Jimmy Snuka figure, he wants to go back and fix his mistake. Like either re-release this figure and do it better, or just make an entirely new figure. Like I said, I plan to get most of these figures in my collection at some point. Jake the Snake is based off of when he was a heel, well, with the King Cobra. Kamala was actually re-released recently in the Lost Legends line, along with Magnum TA and Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Rick Rude, he has his old school attire from the 80s, but he also has the short hair and the black robe he had in WCW. So that's why I passed on that figure many years ago. Terry Funk, not the version of Terry Funk I would want in my collection, so probably pass on him. Anyways, that's about it for the packaging, so let's open up the Iron Sheik and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the Iron Sheik. Open up and out of the packaging. Now this figure is gorgeous. I love the way this figure turned out. If I'm not mistaken, this was the very first Iron Sheik figure made by Mattel. And for a first attempt, this figure is fantastic. Now, this isn't my first Iron Sheik figure. The first one I got is actually the Basic Series 59, I think, where he's in the orange trunks. Now, I really do like that figure, but I wanted an Iron Sheik like this, where he has his robe and his little headdress piece, whatever this thing's called, because it's essential to the character. Like, you can't possibly imagine the Iron Sheik without one of these on his head. You just can't. Usually when you look up a picture, he looks like that. Anyways, first up, his accessories. He comes with the display stand, which is nothing too spectacular. But it's still cool how it says the WWE Legends and it has the name of the character. So that's pretty cool. Of course, he also comes with the little headpiece. I don't know what this is called. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with his heritage. Well, the type of heritage he's from, so I don't know what this is called. If anybody knows what this is called, let me know in the comment section below. No, I don't want to see any hate comments. Be like, oh, it's called this. Shut up, whatever. And like, oh, you freaking idiot. No, like, don't say stuff like that. Like I said, I just don't know, like, because I'm not familiar with it. Anyways, it's very nicely sculpted. However, it's made of a harder rubber, so if you try to articulate his head with this on, it limits it a little bit because of the back piece. And of course, he also has the robe, which is very soft. It is. I love the material that they used on this. However, it's also the material that leaves stains on the figure, so hopefully there's no stains on this figure, especially with it being in the package for so long. Nope. Oh, that's surprising. Because I know the Ravishing Rick Rude figure from this series has a robe with the same material, and that would always leave stains on that figure all the time. So good thing. I guess whoever had this figure kept it in a place where it didn't get too warm and it didn't leave stains on the figure. Anyway, so here you have the Iron Sheik in his wrestling attire. Looks really cool. Head scan is great. We've seen this head scan many times. Like, this is pretty much the only head scan that we've ever gotten on Iron Sheik figures. And take a look. Every Iron Sheik figure that Mattel has made so far has this head scan. This one does. The Toys R Us exclusive Legends 2-pack has it, which is Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. And it has a white headdress and a white robe. And he's also wearing blue trunks. Not pants, trunks. And of course, he also has Nikolai Volkov. And then the basic that I just talked about in the orange trunks, and even the Retro Series 8 figure has this head scan, even though it's slightly bigger. So that's kind of surprising. I do wish they would make another head scan just to give it more variety. But for what it is a good head scan. It definitely has a pretty decent likeness to the Iron Sheik. He's got his old trademark mustache. Pretty cool. However, it doesn't have really an expression at all. So that's kind of a shame. I like how they gave him the big torso, because he was a big guy, but he also was pretty ripped too. So I'm glad they gave him this big torso. The arms I think need to be a little bit bigger. Now this was at the time when pretty much every figure had these arms, unless it called for the arm to be a slight more muscular. But pretty much most figures had these. I mean, Macho Man had these, Rick Rude had these, Hacksaw Jim Duggan had these. Like, you name it, the figure had these arms. But they were just starting out, so it comes from slack. Now, the pants, I love the design of these pants. These are really cool. Now, I'm more familiar with Iron Sheik wearing attire like this, because I think my most recent memory of him was actually WrestleMania 3 when he was in a tag team match with him, Nikolai Volkov versus the Killer Bees. And he was wearing pants very similar to this. So I say I love the design of it. Right there. I do wish they would have painted the little pegs there white to match the color of the attire, but whatever. Now these boots are really cool. I like the design of the boots with the camel on there. Now you may recognize this boot mold from the Xavier Woods Elite figures, because his boots have a similar design, like with that little hook there at the end. So that may look familiar to you. Articulation is pretty much what you expect, because Legends figures, they were pretty much elite figures of the flashback characters, so it's pretty much what you would expect. Head can rotate 360. However, his shoulder area does get in the way sometimes. Arms will rotate 360. They can go in and out. Rotate at the bicep, then at the elbow. Rotate at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist as well. Has the ab crunch. This moves about that far forward and that far back. And I'm glad that the abs don't get in the way, because I know there are some torsos where they mold the abs right here and it gets in the way when you try to use the ab crunch. Case in point, Shinsuke Nakamura. Anyways, swivel waist. Legs can go forward about that far, and then back to their original position. They can go in and out, Rotate at the thigh. Double jointed knee. Swivel at the boot. It also has the hinge. That's very nice. I like how it's nice and smooth. It's not like super tight like the most recent Mattel figures are. And it also has the ankle pivot, which I love the ankle pivot because it gives you a wider stance and more possibility for posing. Anyways, overall, this figure is fantastic. I'm super happy I picked up this figure at the independent wrestling show. Like I'm glad I picked it up. And for the price I got it for, it's a fantastic price. So good price for an excellent figure. So if you like the Iron Sheik, or if you like to collect the flashbacks, this is a character you need to have in your collection. Probably one of the greatest heel characters of the 1980s. I mean, you have to have the Iron Sheik, which is why I wanted this figure so bad, because one, I am an Iron Sheik fan, and plus I want to have him in my collection with the other flashback characters from the 80s, you know, like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude and British Bulldog and Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Roddy Piper, you know, like from that era. So, excellent figure. I do plan to get the 2-pack at some point with Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, because I want to have Nikolai Volkov, and I like the look of that Iron Sheik figure. So both figures are fantastic, but I actually like this one better because I like the attire. So pretty cool. So if you can get this figure for a good price, definitely pick it up. As I mentioned on eBay, you can get this figure in the package for about 80 bucks. Or you can get him loose, like this, no accessories, for I think 20 bucks. In my opinion, try to find one with the accessories because it's essential to the character. I mean, you can't imagine the Iron Sheik without his robe and this little headpiece. Like, you just can't. I mean, you don't really see the Iron Sheik like this all the time unless he's wrestling. But whatever. Anyways, I'm going to give this figure a... To be honest with you, I'm going to give it a 9.5. Like I said, I kind of wish the arms were a tad bit bigger, but I'll cut it some slack because most figures had these arms at the time. Because they were just starting out and that was like the only arm mold they had, so they just recycled it over and over again. But overall, this figure is fantastic. So if you can get it for a good price, definitely pick it up. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to find me on social media. My Facebook fan page, my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are down below. Check those out, and you can message me anytime you want, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.